Okay, DigiTalks edition 8, travel industry, Vaishnavi Patel. I'm just waiting for my speaker to join in. We'll be starting soon with our special edition. Let me just call her up, I guess. I'll need to patch her with me. Yes, you join, no problem. So our speaker is with us. So let me just patch her through and then we can start our DigiTalk. Invitation has been sent and we are just waiting your approval. Okay. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Yes. Okay, then let's begin. Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to DigiTalk. This is its 8th edition with the love and support of yours. I am Chartered Accountant Jaivir Mehta. Dear viewers, the loss of memories in anybody's life is the most significant intangible loss that can happen during an outbreak. The individuals faced lots of troubles while they traveled across the countries and across the world. Many were left stranded at their respective places, and many families or individuals who had to cancel their dream destinations or dream vacations. And I believe it will take a little while to resume the travel industry after this pandemic. The travel industry has been hit very hard, like a cracking punch in the gut. Let us now hear from Mrs. Vaishnavi Patel, who happens to be a co-owner and a partner of a very nice start business travel intermediary called anyatra.com.in, wherein they offer specially curated travel ideas and at some of the most interesting destinations and beautiful hotels. Without much ado, let's hear from the boss lady herself. Hi, Vaishnavi.
Hi, Jaivir. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to DigiTalk, and it's our pleasure to have you here. Uh, Please tell us about yourself and your little anyatra.co.in.
Right. So I'm very glad that I've got your platform to talk about Anyatra.
My pleasure.
And the travel industry, as you described it, it seems to be, from that perspective, it looks in a very bad state. But
Yeah,
let me assure you, it is not. And I'll explain you what Anyatra is about.
please.
Basically, Anyatra translates to wellness, and that's what exactly we do. કે કસેક જેમ આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ કે કસેક બીજે જઈએ, કશુંક બીજું કરીએ, so that
Right.
new experience that everybody is looking out for. So the kind of slow travels, or actually experiencing that place as a whole, such places, or making India like uh, we want you to see India in a new perspective altogether, with a
Wow.
fresher perspective. So that is what Anyatra is all about. It is all about experiences and a completely personalized sense of travel.
Wow. That sounds so exciting. I can't wait to book my next travel with you. But let me come to my first question directly to you.
Yeah,
Lockdown has hit everyone. Travel
yeah,
industry, no exception. So
yeah.
in this scenario, how Anyatra is recovering from it?
So I believe COVID is something which has shown a lot of new things to the entire world, right? So travel industry is not the industry which is only affected. Like ghana badha, the way people think, that entirely has changed. So as far as Anyatra is concerned, we have been in the market for almost an year now. and mostly we are working on one-on-one basis with the clients. So
Okay.
obviously, refunds have happened, cancellations have happened, but fortunately, આ વસ્તુ થઈ છે માર્ચમાં, right?
Right.
When usually people have exams, and it is not really the season where people travel a lot. So from
Right.
that perspective, and we, the kind of boutique properties that we deal into, right, we usually have people જે લોકો જે એનો particular time હોય તેમાં એ લોકો વધારે travel કરવાનું કરે. So from refunds and everything point of view, of course, the cash flows have been affected everywhere, from every hotel to every aviation to the people who are providing the services. So credit lines have been given, right? So when I say that credit lines have been given, the value of money is not lost. લોકો
Okay.
ટ્રાવેલ કરવાના જ છે, સો પ્રોબેબલી આજે નહીં તો 6 મહિનામાં પણ કરવાના જ છે. સો આઈ વુડ સે કે this is a time when the sales are going to sway, but કંઈ એટલું બધું પણ loss નથી થયું that we can't survive. So,
Okay.
and I think this goes with a lot of other properties and agents as well.
You have given me so many key points, so I can frame my follow-up question. But first, my next question to you directly: that how Anyatra maintained to sail through the heavy server maintenance cost or staffings or, like you said, refunds. Then maybe you are exposed to some bank loans or something, interest and all that. So have you managed it, or it is still a time to go?
So, to be very honest, we are. I take this entire thing very positively. કારણ કે Anyatra was born completely out of passion. So the
Right.
kind of investments and everything that have been made, it was a very long-term thought that went behind it. Okay, this is the kind of investment that we might need. And along with that, one very important thing, which is the foundation of Anyatra, is because it was started by me and my Jijaji, Prashant Jariwala.
Okay.
So we always knew that there are going to be rainy days, right? So we have to save up. There are going to be contingent costs, you know, so you have to save up for those days. And we always want to take care of our people. These are certain foundations of Anyatra. So કોરમાં જે Anyatra team છે, it is quite small. So number one, that has really helped us because they are very small and very passionate about what we are doing. Secondly, we do not have as much overhead costs because we are
Okay.
not an online booking agency. We are
Okay.
essentially an online listing agency. Booking matter, you have to come to me, right? So we do not have any major overheads as far as IT is concerned, right? If you talk about the bigger IT, like the firms like MMT or Yatra, I personally call them IT firms who are into marketing, or who are into travel. You know, because for them, end goal is number of bookings. For them, end goal is number of conversions. For me, end goal is કે હું કેવા ટાઈપનો ટ્રાવેલ લોકોને કરાવવા માંગુ છું. You know, the kind of
So
experience
basically,
that I want to show.
basically you are indicating to people that your goal is to talk to your potential customer face to face or a telephonic conversation.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
MMT will what expect ke I install the app, let me study this guy's algorithms and just give him the package which suits in the box or no, an offer which he cannot refuse.
Very true.
Okay.
I'm going to use that in my marketing now.
So that's fine. I gave you a tagline. Okay,
Yeah.
now one more thing I would like to come. That
Yeah.
government is issuing a lot of guidelines with regards to travel. And I recently also I came across certain few guidelines on my professional forums, wherein the travel guidelines are varying from state to state, country to country. Even the medical guidelines are varying from state to state, country to
True.
country. In that scenario, how a travel intermediary, whereas personalized travel planners or designers like you are going to bring that about balance in this package offerings.
Right, right. So again, in this thing, I would say that COVID has turned out to be a positive thing, especially for travel intermediaries like us who are personally involved. Reason being કે state guidelines જે હમણાં ગવર્મેન્ટમાં તમે કોઈ પણ વેબસાઇટ પર જશો, they have been changing every day and night. So I'll give you an example કે રાજસ્થાને હમણાં જ they had issued the guidelines for the hoteliers કે okay, these are the norms that you are supposed to follow. The very next day they shut their borders.
Right.
right? So there's a lot of uncertainty which is there. So even as far as the state guidelines are concerned, what I would say is that we cannot rely on any WhatsApp messages or any messages like they come in the form of PDF forms, right, on your WhatsApp by the news channels or by the airlines. Basically, all they are trying to do is some type of branding and marketing activity with you. You know,
Right.
you not personally as a travel intermediary, I will tell you that do not rely on all that information. કે લોકો કહે છે કે આ સ્ટેટમાં જાઓ અને 14 દિવસ ક્વોરન્ટીન કરે. I do not believe that, because every day and we have been so vigilant about all of these guidelines, so we know that kitla changes kitla frequently થાય છે. So it's
Right.
very uncertain, and we believe that at least for the next 3 weeks it is going to remain that way,
So
right?
a key point to be noted by a very dear audience, that your travel intermediary is taking all sorts of deep measures for researching as to the health related guidelines or travel related guidelines. So customers can be rest assured that if they are being offered any packages by a talented travel intermediary like Vaishnavi herself, then please be rest assured that your travels are completely safe and ensured.
Right. And Javi, there's a reason behind it that today when we talk to the hoteliers, our questions range from કે તમારે ત્યાં કયા સ્ટેટ થી ઇન્ક્વાયરી આવે છે, તમારે ત્યાં કયા સ્ટેટ થી લોકો વિઝિટ કરવા આવે છે, રહેવા આવે છે. અને so all of those details are going into the research, so that when I send somebody, I know કે કોઈ red zone વાળા area માંથી કોઈ ત્યાં નથી રોકાયું. So then when
Right.
I send my client, I have to be rest assured about that as well. So that is
That's
why I'm saying that travel intermediaries નું કામ હમણાં વધશે as
right.
compared to the biggies who cannot do this for you.
Yes, definitely. They are running a very big show, so they cannot get into the nitty-gritties of it. So my
Yeah.
next question will be regarding to your revenues, where I as a customer or anybody as a customer will be little scared, even if the measures are in place or anything. But I'll be skeptical. So basically, to convince a customer, it will take little bit long than the normal. So that will be your new normal. In that scenario, how will you, means what are your basic pitches so that the customer will directly deposit the money with you? Book my travel, please.
Right, right. So number one, as I said, that my entire business runs on trust factor, because
Right.
I'm there for everybody, right? So right from my hoteliers to my clients, everybody knows that okay, if this deal is going through, કે કોઈ પણ એક vacation ની વાત ચાલે છે, this person is going to be there right from planning to the stay, throughout the stay, and after the stay, as far as the feedback is also concerned, right?
Oh.
So that is the point. So that's why people are going to trust me that this કોઈનું ગળું પકડવા જોઈએ, in short, if I say it like in very basic Gujarati form, right? Secondly, yeah. Secondly, what we are doing is that hoteliers જોડે એવી વાત ચાલે છે કે અગર તમે sanitization process કરો છો, right? There are a lot of activities which are being done. So send us photographs, send us videos, then we get assured that okay, these activities are actually taking place. We will share all of that on our social media pages. And I think all of these activities are which will help us in generating trust factor, amongst the clients. કારણ કે ખાલી મારા બોલવાથી કે કોઈના બોલવાથી nobody is, because that kind of fear is there just now, right? That kind of panic is there. So thus such kind of measures are going to be taken, that we
Right.
collect possible content as far as sanitization and health issues are concerned.
Now coming to my another point, એક ઇન્ડિયન નો માઇન્ડસેટ કેવો હોય કે ભાઈ મસ્ત કશે ફોરેન ફરવા જવું છે, ગુજરાતી ભાષામાં ફોરેન ફરવા જવું છે. Are you calculating or are you foreseeing that trend will change because of this pandemic? કે પહેલા આપણે ઇન્ડિયા એક્સપ્લોર કરીએ, because it will be far more local to us rather than going abroad and unknowingly falling into some pandemic trap. Will there be a shift?
Right. So as I believe that for the entire travel industry, this COVID thing has come in a sense, okay, boon is a too positive way to say it, but એક વસ્તુ છે કે જે major perspective જે change થવું જોઈએ, it is about that how you think about the travel as a concept. Okay.
Okay.
So એમાં પછી responsible travel આવી જાય, sustainable tourism આવી જાય, things કે જે લોકો પહેલા એટલું બધું નહીં વિચારતા હતા, right? Which are the health factors. So all of those are going to weigh in now. So as far as international travel is concerned, at least probably January સુધી તો લોકો હજી જોશે, right? Who is absolutely જે લોકોને જરૂર છે કે who are students or who are living there or who have PRs, only those people are going to travel. As far as the leisure travel is concerned, nobody is going to go immediately. They are going to
Right.
wait, see that જે લોકો ગયા છે એ લોકોના comments શું છે, what is going on,
Right.
right? Because હમણાંના તો cases એવા થાય છે કે તમે અહીંયાથી ચાલ્યા જાઓ and the countries that you are visiting, they are not accepting you, right? So as far
Oh.
as New Zealand is concerned, New Zealand કહી દીધું છે કે because we are coronavirus free, even their own citizens who are coming, they are not allowed. And if you want to leave that country, you are leaving it on your own risk. You will not be allowed to come in again. You know, so such uncertainty and things are going to follow. In
Okay.
that scenario, people also want to travel because as humans, તમે humans ની psyche જો, it is more going to be of a revenge thing, you know, કે મને આજ સુધી કોઈએ આવી રીતના બેસાડ્યું નથી ઘરમાં. I'm on a lockdown. You know, I have to think even before I go to a shop. So that is not
Yeah.
happening. So એ વસ્તુના એના લીધે people have already started that, oh my god, where do I travel? એ લોકોની જૂની travel stories, they are remembering like their old girlfriends. You
Yes,
know,
yes.
this was amazing, that was amazing. So because of all of that, travel is also not going to stop. Thus the reason કે આ બધાના combinationમાં જો અગર તમે domestic travel જો તો definitely there will be a boom in it. Secondly, India પાસે ઘણા બધા different experiences છે to give them as far as camping is concerned, or તમે hills માં different લઈ લો, desert માં લઈ લો, the kind of geography that India has, you know, it has so many things to offer. તમે south જાઓ તો you will get amazing backwaters. તમે north જાઓ, you go to Leh Ladakh, you will get a completely different geography as compared to when you go to the Himalayas, right, where you see the green mountains. So because of all of these factors, I believe there's a lot of tourism which is going to happen in India now, because people would want to travel, and they might, apart from that, they might not have an option, or they might not have that courage to travel internationally. They might turn towards domestic travel.
Okay. Now, that brings one more uncertain phase, which I would like your 2 cents on. Now that, don't you think that and you said that you have 500 hoteliers under your catalog and you are giving best of holiday options to your customers. So now that extra measures and everything are in place, won't that make you much more responsible for screening your hoteliers? Because ઇન્ડિયાની વાત કરીએ તો ઇન્ડિયામાં હજુ પણ એક અવેરનેસ લેવલની કમી મહેસૂસ કરી શકીએ. So if you are booking or if you are collaborating with a hotelier way back in Northeast where the spread of virus was not there, but definitely it requires awareness. So you will have to check that whether that hotelier is aware about such pandemics or the symptoms, or you can say the test measures, or you can say the safety measure. So will you be taking an online test of your hotelier or not? Something like that?
So this is where Jaivir Anyatra is going to be playing a big role, because boutique properties, the kind of properties that we are dealing in, they themselves are so much conscious even before the COVID came into scenario. Okay. As far as so the same thing I said, કે sustainable tourism, responsible tourism, આ બધા જે concepts છે એ તમે masses માં જો તો હજી નથી આવતા travel industry માં, right? All of these concepts are developed and lived by boutique properties since years now. And the reasons are કે boutique properties usually કેવી હોય, either it is different in sense of location, either it is different in sense of size, right? Either it is different in sense of giving you a new experience, or
True.
it is different in the sense of infrastructure. Okay, so mostly boutique properties ma owners ane બધા ઘણા involved હોય, right?
Okay.
Thus the whole sense of being at a hotel changes. They want to give you the best. That is,
Okay.
અને દરેક guest માટે એ લોકો એવું વિચારે. So આ બધા છે ને foundations છે boutique property ના. એટલે હવે જ્યારે COVID થયું, so they were already aware. Now they are just much more aware. And what they are doing is essentially cleaning their houses. એ લોકો પોતાના ઘરની જેમ હોટેલ સાફ કરશે.
Wow.
Because that is how they have been involved in, you know. So that is
Definitely.
that is the most positive thing. And because we are personally involved with them, the kind of all of us are sailing in the same boat, you know, so that interdependency has become stronger all the more now because of COVID. So we know that if we want to keep the boat afloat, we have to help each other, right?
True,
So
true,
that's
true,
why
true.
they are proactive in informing us that, okay, you know what, these are the steps that we are taking, and the sanitization process, this is how it's being done. And for us also, it is much easier to trust them because we know that what kind of foundations that they have laid. So that's why I think this is one thing where I can be totally assured if I'm sending somebody from my end.
Right. My next question to you, which is an imminent threat or used to be an imminent threat for the basically the product you are offering compared to the product the aggregators like Make My Trip, Clear a Trip, Yatra, Airbnb, and etc. are offering. I'll not take in Airbnb but others. So
Hmm.
basically, they are offering deals, and customers basically are looking at how many cities I get to travel or how many places I get to travel. Do you see that shift happening in customers that instead of piling up your travel plans with number of multi-city and rather just focus on one particular place or city and make your experiences good and wherein you come into play? So do you see yourself that as an opportunity for you to push in that model of your travel plans rather than multi-city project?
Right, right. So definitely, I think so. The shift has been happening for quite some time now, right? So
Sorry to
Pella,
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. Your friend, one of your friend is telling, "Happy to see you after years, VJ." Where were you?
I have been busy with Anyatra. That's all I can
Yeah.
say.
Soon we
Yeah,
catch up with
Anyatra.
her. You soon we catch up
Taken
with
up,
her.
yeah, Anyadra has taken up all my time, Medha. So she was a beautiful graphic designer of mine. So yeah, Anyadra has taken up all my time just now. So that is how.
Nice.
Yeah. So coming back to your question,
Yeah.
the shift has been happening for quite some time now, right? જેટલું technology આગળ વધે છે, right? You have all you need to do is just, you know, one tap on Google and you have everything on your hand. That is how, and that is what people are trained to do now, right? So, but away as far as travel is concerned, એની સાથે સાથે people have started seeing the problems as well as far as the customer care issues are concerned, you know, those automated replies that you get in case of પછી તમને બતાવે કંઈક બીજું, because you can never, I personally believe that you can never gauge the beauty of the hotels just from the pictures. You know, there are certain aspects which you need to know about the hotel. And as far as the deals are concerned, which are being given online by these aggregators, usually there are hidden costs through it. Okay, and I'm
True.
not saying that because they are the competitors. In fact, I do not really call them as competitors because Amara Bandhavani hotels are quite different, right? But these are the things which I have experienced. કારણ કે હું જ્યારે travel કરતી હતી, I used to have a research of 2 months behind me, right? So I used to go to all these aggregators and check, okay, so cost share. Then I used to contact the hotels. So there were a lot of skeletons that used to come out, right? So these are some of the loopholes of the biggies, which I believe I can actually, you know, that will help people to shift to my platforms. And right now, we do not even have to wait for people to shift because હવે કેવું છે કે now all the clients that have been coming to me, they want to have an experienced holiday and not really jump from one place to another, right?
Yeah.
કારણ કે એવી હોલિડેમાં કેવું થાય છે કે એ હોલિડે પછી પણ તમને હોલિડે જોઈએ to relax, to unwind, right?
True.
So that is what happens. And in Mari holiday, I say that usually you come back with a hangover of memories. You know that, oh,
Yeah.
that experience was so good. I want to go back to it. So that is what happens. So yeah, definitely the shift is happening, and also because that people today, they have the money, they want to do something, like that desire to travel to a different place or to have that different experience, even ખાલી social media માટે હોય કે, you know, so એ બધું હવે છે વધારે, but they do not
Right.
have the time for research. So that is
Right.
where Yatra comes in, that we do the research for you, we actually go and visit places, we actually make those concepts. In fact, we have a concept called Think Elsewhere, જેમાં we give you a designed package right? જેમાં different experiences like તમારી food tours હોય, ક્યાં તો પછી suppose there are like Chola dynasty trails થાય છે સાઉથમાં. All of these things are very unexplored, in India. So
Yes,
this is
I myself have not heard of it.
so these are the gems of India, I say, So after getting into Anyatra, I've been telling people कि पहले अपना घर तो देख लो, like explore your own backyard, and then you should go out. So yeah, definitely, I think there is a lot of potential, and you'll be surprised when I tell you that I have met a lot of foreigners in my industry who have come and settled in India, and who have eventually told me that India is being marketed in the wrong way. So
Yeah.
imagine that you, as an Indian, are being told that your country is being marketed in the wrong way. So, so એ લોકોને એટલું બધું દેખાય છે, but unfortunately, so yeah, definitely, but the shift is happening. A lot of people, એ લોકોને હવે શાંતિ જોઈએ છે, because any which way their lives have become so busy. Right?
True.
So they are looking out for more experiential things rather than the touristy stuff કે આ પણ જોઈ લઈએ, પેલું પણ જોઈ લઈએ, પેલું પણ જોઈ લઈએ. એ વસ્તુ હવે ઇન્ટરનેશનલમાં શિફ્ટ થઈ ગઈ છે. કે હું જાઉં છું તો હું 2-3 countries સાથે જોઈ લઉં. Right? That has not come in India now. So yeah, that's the change.
So through Vaishnavi and through me, we would like to make a direct appeal that Prime Minister Modi's vocal for local should start from travels.
True. Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
nice. That's good. That's good.
Incredible. India has been doing a lot of things for that.
Right.
This is the first time when it has come directly from the Prime Minister. Incredible
True.
India, the kind of initiative that they have taken, Anna Pilla, it had never happened. So I think that is going to boost. That is going to give a good boost.
You mentioned in your earlier answers that કોઈને કોઈ તો ગળું પકડવા માટે જોઈએ.
True.
A customer needs someone's neck to practice its speech.
Yeah. True.
So in that scenario, God forbid, but if something happens to a customer, then according to you, who will be more responsible? A hotelier who promised something else and delivered something else, or an intermediary who made some lacuna in due diligence, or the customer himself or herself? Please.
Right. So in our case, number one, and the most important thing, that you will be never promised something that we cannot deliver.
Right.
That is the foundation of Anyatra, because that is the essence. Why are we there in between? Otherwise, હું પણ ખાલી online platform જ કરી દેતા, right?
Yes.
The whole point that I'm there in between, that you will not have any ugly surprises on your holiday. And
True.
that is why we ask a million questions to any client who come to us. કે તમને કેવો એક્સપિરિયન્સ જોઈએ છે, તમારી સાથે કોણ ટ્રાવેલ કરવાનું છે, તમારી સાથે અગર ઘરડાઓ હોય તો પછી. So I'll give you an example. I think that will give you a better idea.
Please.
One of my clients wanted to go to Jaisalmer, and
Okay.
he wanted to travel with his own family. એટલે કે મેં પેલા કિલ્લા ભવન, એક કિલ્લામાં ત્યાંનું જેસલમેરનો જે ફોર્ટ છે ત્યાં અંદર હોટેલ્સ છે, so you can stay there. He said that I'm going to stay there. I said, if you are taking your mother, who is almost 70 years of age, ત્યાં પાર્કિંગ આખું બહાર જ છે, અંદર પાર્કિંગ નથી. અને પ્લસ તમે ફોર્ટ, એટલે તમે ફોર્ટનું આર્કિટેક્ચર ઇઝ હ્યુજ સ્ટેપ્સ. So you are expecting her to climb up and climb down every day, which is not possible. So then he said that, oh my God, આ વસ્તુ અમે વિચારી જ નહીં કે ત્યાં આવું જૂનું આર્કિટેક્ચર હશે. So these are the nuances where we come into play. કે આ બધું, એટલે નંબર વન is કે એવું પ્રોમિસ જ નહીં કરવાનું which we know કે નથી થવાનું. And secondly, we have each and every detail of the property that we sell. So the hoteliers also, એ લોકો જોડે મારા આટલા millions of questions થાય કે તમારા શેફ છે તો કેટલા શેફ છે, what kind of તમારું પ્રોડ્યુસ ક્યાંથી આવે છે, right? પછી તમારા અગર આટલા rooms છે તો how are you guys maintaining? We have a lot of tons of questions. So I think we will never face that issue as far as Anyatra is there.
So audience, one thing to be noted, વૈષ્ણવીના questions તો નહીં પતશે, પણ કદાચ તમે booking.com કે MMT પર બુક કરશો તો તમે અત્યારે by this time તો તમે પેમેન્ટ કરી ચૂક્યા હશો તમારા ટ્રાવેલ્સનું. So please go for always an expert opinion in the form of anyatra.co.in. Now Vaishnavi, that was an amazing session, and I would like to go hours questioning you about the travel plans, but now I would like to come to one very dear question to you.
Sure.
Now, in the new scenario, What
Yeah.
is your travel bucket list in the coming days or coming year?
You know what? You should actually ask that to my husband because he has seen me day in and day out. Say like koi pan property jo so saving it, tagging it. I have these magazine cutouts. I have a huge bucket list. But I think that the top right now goes is the northeast of India. That is what
Okay.
I am really looking forward to travel to. Yeah, nothing,
Oh, wow.
nothing can beat the Himalayas of India. I think they are the jewel of India, and a lot of that is unexplored, and especially the Northeast. Because this is also one tip that I would give you that when you see the
Please.
Himalayas from, say, from what do you call it? Sorry, no, Uttarakhand,
Uttarakhand.
right? Uttarakhand. And when you see those Himalayas from the northeast, right, they are going to
Uh-huh.
look different. They are going to look different. The reason is કે ઉત્તરાખંડ થી તમને બધી ranges દેખાશે. Okay, because there is nothing which is like really close by to the mountains. Whereas if you go towards the Kanchenjunga ranges, right, that is
Uh-huh.
where you see the mountains up front. So these are the very nuances and the kind of experiences that you get. It's just unbelievable with the Himalayas.
Wow. One of our viewer wanted a suggestion from you that where they should prefer going to their baby moon, going for a baby moon.
So I think, I'll just, what my husband just commented that she'll be going northwest, east, south. He knows me. That's what his comment says.
Oh,
So
wow.
for baby moon, again, I would say go to these beautiful places, right? And also because, એ બધાની ત્યાંની હવા તમે જો, ત્યાંનું તમે ખાવાનું પીવાનું જો, all of that is so different, and for your health and everything, just for even for 3 days, it is going to affect you so much.
And people of northeastern part of our beautiful India are really sweethearts. Basically,
Very,
very, very hospitable and
very,
very cheerful. We have
very.
a common friend also who happens to be belonging to Guwahati, and we miss her dearly since she
Oh,
is in
yes.
Australia.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
are missing you, Adip and
Very true.
Ananya.
Very true. Very true. In fact, I went to Sikkim, and so I think this will give you a perfect example of what Anyatra is. I had a client, જેણે મને ખાલી એક જ રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ આપી કે વૈષ્ણવી મારા રૂમમાંથી મારા બેડ પરથી મને કંચનજંગા દેખાવો જોઈએ. હવે એ તને ઇન્ડિયામાં ક્યાંથી મળે એ તું શોધ.
So,
Right? So I had to I went on the Google Maps and I saw okay, this is the Kanchenjunga mountain. ત્યાંથી સૌથી પાસેનું village કયું છે, ત્યાંનું approach કેવું છે. I went through all of that and finally Sikkimમાં there is this really small town called Pelling. Okay, એમાં તને કદાચ 2 restaurant મળશે and hardly one souvenir shop. That's all. That place is usually જે આ મોટી travel companies હોય, they take it as a pit stop. ખાલી one night
okay.
માટે. પછી એ લોકો આજુબાજુ જતા રહે because Sikkim is really big, to travel. What we did was we ended up staying there for 9 nights. And
Oh,
it was
in
for
that pit
9
stop
nights.
particularly.
Yeah, so for 9
Wow.
nights, we were in this one hotel, and day in and day out, we explored everything around that place, right? So we have seen the best views possible. We explored the entire jungle areas that we had. And it was the entire experience that we got from the people. The people at the end of the day, they started knowing us. That, oh, ye to
Ah.
Gujarat wale, ye log to Ahmedabad wale, ye log aa gaye. So yeah, so these were like really beautiful times. So this is how Anyatra comes into play. કે તમને કઈક particular વસ્તુ travelમાં કોઈ particular experience પણ જોતો હોય, you tell us and we'll find it for you. And apart from that, we already have a list of experiences which, especially for India, I think people would absolutely enjoy it.
So here's a secret ingredient for Vaishnavi's from the Vaishnavi's travel bucket list is Northeast. And one more thing, she mentioned a very important part that she is looking into the very details of your travel plans if you associate yourself with her company. So best thing that can happen to anybody's life is a good travel, because ultimately a good person is the result or product of interacting with good people.
True.
So, with this note, on a strong note, I would like to end a beautiful conversation, which I personally don't want it to end, but I have to end because of the paucity of time and her schedule. So, that was Mrs. Vaishnavi Patel with us, gave us a very deep insight on the future of the travel industry, and also shared some personal experiences, and also in-depth assurances that what Anyatra has to offer to all the people around us. That was Vaishnavi Patel with
Right.
us. Thank
I
you.
think,
I would like, yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Vaishnavi, if you would like to say something to our beautiful audience, please go ahead.
Yeah. So just as you mentioned about the future of the travel industry, uh, I think COVID as a whole, right, and the entire world has, I think, by now accepted it. Everybody
Yes,
knows that it is here to stay. It is the new normal,
right.
right? So in this entire scenario, what is your perspective? તમે કેટલી વાર સુધી are you going to hold back on? That is what the real question is, right? Because eventually everybody has to get out of the house. And
Yes.
as I said, the entire psyche of the people have changed. I have people come up to me and tell me કે હવે તો મને આ બધી જગ્યાઓ જોઈ જ લેવી છે, because life has become uncertain. You know,
Right,
so
right,
all of these, the entire psyche of people has also changed. So I think
right,
travel is, and from economy point of view, if I tell you, nobody is really literally going out of business, because everybody is running, they are going to cash out on the credit notes that have been given. એટલે
right,
કદાચ હમણાંનું પ્રેઝન્ટ એ લોકોનું થયું છે હેમ્પર, બટ આ નેક્સ્ટ વર્ષનો ધંધો એ લોકોનો થઈ જ જવાનો છે. Nothing is going to stop
right.
them, right? And by that time, already people will have that courage and that confidence to travel again, right?
Yes,
So travel industry, I think જેટલું લોકોને લાગે છે, the worst is, I feel personally that the worst is over, unless and until the second wave, God forbid it comes. That is when things will be really bleak. But
yeah,
otherwise, I don't think travel industry has been really affected that it cannot stand up. It
okay,
has already stand up. In fact, you'll be surprised ke the day when the government said ke 8th June khulwanu છે, one of my hoteliers already had reservation for 4 guests. કે 8
okay.
June है, हमें तो घर के बाहर निकलना है, we are coming. You know, so there is a lot of, there is a sense of confidence which is also being built up along the way. So travel, as bleak as it looks or it sounds, I personally don't think it is. So with
Okay.
everything said, I am really glad that I got to talk to you a lot, and especially regarding Anyatra. So thank you very much. And બધાને appeal મારી એક જ છે કે think about responsible tourism. Think about who
Yes.
is going to be the last beneficiary of your travel ideas. કે તમે એક particular હોટેલમાં જાઓ છો, ત્યાંથી કેટલા લોકોને મળવાનું છે, you know, and those are going to be Indians. And there's a lot of categories in India to be explored, right from farm stays to plantations to wildlife to mountains to ocean sides to the wellness retreats. બધું જે જોઈએ તો બધું છે ત્યાં, you know. So that is my final appeal, that do travel your own country. And as everybody's saying, yeah, go local. That's what I want. Go local. So thank you very
That's
much, Jash, for having me. Thank you.
if you have little time, let me just scroll through the comment. If there is some question, then if you can take it up.
Sure, sure, sure.
There is lots of love questions I am finding, but there is lots of love for you, that you have explained
Thank
here
you,
the
guys.
entire scenario so beautifully.
Thank you, guys.
Well, I have almost caught up. It's nothing but love. No questions, since you have
Thank
resolved every question in every normal person thinking of travel.
Yeah, it is going to be. લોકોનું હવે પતી ગયું છે. Now everybody wants to travel. I'm telling you, travel stories, I like their old girlfriends coming back to them. You know? So, yeah, it's not going anywhere.
That was pleasure
Yeah.
talking to you. That was Vaishnavi Patel. Thank you, people.
Thank you so much, Javier. Thank you. Bye. Bye.